Good morning, afternoon, or evening from wherever you're tuning in from today. Thanks for joining part 1 of our 5-part mini-series on continuous quality improvement, or CQI practices. These videos are intended to be short, bite-sized videos to help you quickly understand the ins and outs of CQI practices and how to get started today. So buckle up and join us in exploring basic CQI practices that can be incorporated at any agency of any size starting today. People's need and desire to effectively improve programs, services, processes, and so much more has increased over the past few years. Since the early 2000s, we have seen a growing need for data in mainstream and everyday settings. We are dedicated to building stronger communities by creating the opportunity for individuals and families to thrive. We are positioned to better understand the impact we have in our communities through our use of data, and we strengthen our ability to do so through the effective use of CQI, or continuous quality improvement. Throughout our copy and quality expansion, we are taking this a step further by empowering our partner agencies and community partners to lead the way in strengthening data practices across the nonprofit landscape. Let's start by defining continuous quality improvement. This is defined as the systematic use of data to improve the effectiveness of your programs and services and to communicate their value. The role of CQI is to serve as a human-driven cyclical process that allows us to do a couple of things. We can assess our program and service delivery, collect sound data, host recurring team meetings to discuss their findings and identify next steps or make recommendations, and begin implementing change to drive impact. This continuous process allows for an individual or an entire team to effectively understand the strengths and challenges of their program or service model and immediately understand how to create change. Once this cycle laps around, you'll be able to reassess to understand how the changes you implemented serve to improve your program and will be able to better understand what steps to take next. Understanding and implementing the basics of CQI brings tremendous value to your organization. And the beauty of this process is that you don't have to hold the role of data scientist or need to take an entire course to understand the fundamentals of this process. This is intended for anyone regardless of role or background to be able to use. You can think of this as a regular maintenance check to strengthen the work you're already doing. Once you develop a CQI culture, this will become an everyday practice in big and small ways. Every CQI team should consist of a few main components. Leadership buy-in is crucial as it sets the tone for CQI culture within an organization. Leadership will always play a heavy part in devoting staff time, allocating resources, and maintaining a CQI system. A CQI management team will support in maintaining the CQI system itself. It is important to have a diverse team with members who represent all departments across every level. This ensures that crucial voices from within the organization are not overlooked. It is also important to balance the team to have sufficient authority to recommend changes to senior leadership. Outputs and outcomes that reflect program services and are regularly reviewed. We'll talk a little bit more in detail about identifying and creating outputs and outcomes in the next 2 videos. Quality data collection to ensure you have enough information captured to objectively understand where things are within your organization and to serve as a baseline for areas of growth. Let's practice with the ALICE Academic Assistance Program, a community-based tutoring program aimed at improving academic performance among youth. The program matches volunteer tutors with students who need additional academic support. During the assessment phase, the CQI team established at this agency will begin their process by assessing their program's current effectiveness through various means, including academic performance metrics, attendance records, and feedback from students, parents, and tutors. Data should be collected on the following items: number of students that are served, subjects that are covered, tutoring hours provided, and student and parent feedback surveys that are regularly distributed. The program ensures that data collection methods are standardized and consistent across all tutoring sessions. Data is collected on student progress, tutor effectiveness, and overall program impact. The CQI team analyzes this data to identify trends, areas for strength, and areas for improvement. For example, they may find that students in certain grade levels struggle more with math than with other subjects. The CQI team hosts regular meetings with tutors, program coordinators, and stakeholders to review the data, discuss observations, and identify challenges and successes. Based on the data and feedback collected, the CQI team identifies specific areas for improvement, such as implementing additional training for tutors on specific subject areas or adjusting the tutoring schedule to accommodate student needs. The agency may also explore partnerships with local schools or organizations to access additional resources or support services for students. The CQI team continuously monitors the impact of changes implemented. Data is collected on an ongoing basis to assess whether the changes have resulted in improvements on student academic performance, attendance, and overall satisfaction within the program. Adjustments are made as necessary based on the ongoing evaluation of program effectiveness. The CQI team views improvement as an ongoing process rather than a one-time event. Continuous data collection, analysis, feedback, and adjustments become ingrained in the program's culture, ensuring that it remains responsive to the evolving needs of students and the community. By following the CQI process, the tutoring program can continually enhance its effectiveness, maximizing its impact on student learning outcomes and better serve the needs of the community it serves. Before we end this module, you can test your knowledge to see how well you know CQI basics. I will ask you several multiple choice questions and wait a few seconds before showing you the answer. Feel free to pause the video if you need more time. First question is, what is continuous quality improvement, or CQI? A one-time data analysis process. B, a cyclical process that uses data to improve effectiveness. C, a random approach to program assessment. Or D, a system that doesn't require data collection. What is the key role of a CQI management team within an organization? A, identifying new leadership. B, reviewing outputs and outcomes. C, leading data collection efforts. Or D, maintaining the CQI system. What is the intended outcome of implementing CQI practices within an organization? A, to complicate existing processes. B, to ignore data-driven decision-making. C, to improve program effectiveness. Or D, to reduce leadership involvement. Great work. If you had a hard time answering any of these questions, or if you just want to look over a certain section before moving on, use the chapter breakdown to jump to the section you're interested in reviewing. If you're ready to move to the next section, buckle up and get ready to learn all about outcomes and outputs.